Hey YouTube, here we are in my home garage. As you can see, we are surrounded by my junk. There's Monte Carlo parts all over the place. There's a Monte Carlo out there. I had to warranty a broken tool at the Mack truck today, so I just picked up the new flyer for this month and also for next month. It's got all their new power tools here. I thought we'd go over it, do a short review. So here it is right here. Here's the extractor set. I had to warranty this little one right here, which I broke. But anyways, while I was on there, I picked up this flyer and thought I'd give you my thoughts on what we have here. This first one's kind of interesting. The Texas Twist air hammer pulling kit. I guess basically the idea is you can use your air hammer the way you would a slide hammer with this curved attachment and extensions and different hooks and stuff. You can hook onto axles, balancers, I don't know, diesel injectors, whatever you got to pull out. I don't know, it's kind of interesting. I don't think I'd really have any use for it, to be honest. In most of those situations, a pry bar or what have you, or a piece of chain and a big heavy piece of whatever you got lying around will work just fine. Anyways, it's interesting though. I like the idea. If I did a lot of that kind of work, I'd probably have one of those. Be worth getting. As far as I know, I think they're the only ones who make this kind of kit. I don't know for sure. Don't quote me on that, but I think so. I have some thoughts on this bundle here. I'm really not a fan of Mack power tools. They're essentially just rebranded DeWalt. I'm not really a fan of DeWalt either, and I've done the math here, added all this up. Really, you're not getting much better of a deal than you would if you bought each individual item on promo. I will say though, that drill bit set, that 21-piece set, I have that set, and these things are frickin' awesome. I mean, really, they'll go through a grade 8 bolt like a hot knife through butter, I swear. And look, it's got just it comes in a really nice case. You get your bit conversion chart right there. And look at how easy these are to pull out, like that. It's a really nice set. And I just found out today, I heard these actually come with a lifetime warranty. If they break, or if they dull out or whatever, they'll replace them for free. That's pretty cool. So really, this is the bit set to have. First nice bit set that I bought. I mean, before that I was working with whatever from the the box store, big box store. So yeah, those are pretty good. That's about the only thing I like out of that set. The sockets are whatever. You could probably get a better deal buying everything individually. Now, these die grinders, what are these? These look like composite die grinders. $169.99, 3 horsepower premium die grinder 2-pack. That's actually not a bad price, considering that the mini ones go on promo occasionally. You get the 90-degree and the straight one for $100. That's not a bad price for the more powerful ones. I would actually be interested in getting a set of those. Although for home use around here, the little ones I got straight and 90-degree. These work just fine. I mean, for what I use them for, which is mainly just cleaning, sealing surfaces. Maybe I'll put a sanding disc on this one and smooth things out, or put a cutoff wheel on here, and yeah, they work just fine. Nothing heavy duty. So those are good. This pneumatic reciprocating saw here I don't know. I mean, maybe these are great, but I don't really see a practical use for that. Maybe if I did a lot of exhaust work. I don't really use reciprocating saws all that much anyway. That might be a good deal. I don't know. Yeah, they throw in a cutoff wheel with that. That sounds pretty good. What is this? 3/8 drive 90-degree air impact wrench. I've heard about these. I've never used one. They seem kind of gimmicky to me. Now, the low profile 3/8 impact right there, those are handy. I got one of those. I got a 3/8 and a half inch. Not a Mac brand, Matco, but the whole theory there it makes sense to me. You know, you're working under the hood, you know, in the engine compartment, in tight, confined spaces, even doing, you know, under chassis, you know, brake work, what have you. Those are super handy to have around. I could definitely see having some of those. And $489, that's not a bad price, considering I paid $350 for just my impact gun. That's not a bad deal. Mac is pretty good with their prices. Not like Snap-on with their completely insane amount of markup. I will say this though, I have never held a Snap-on tool that felt cheap and chintzy. That's not the case with Mac or Cornwell. For example, Mac pliers just do not impress me. But for the most part, they're pretty good value. Impact wrench bundle. There seems to be a real big push in the industry lately towards cordless tools. I could see the appeal. They have definitely gotten better. But to be honest, if I have access to an air compressor, I would be using air tools exclusively, almost. There's no reason to use these. I mean, they're kind of bulky, they're kind of heavy. They may get even better yet, but I don't know. And to be honest, these battery-powered tools, they're throwaways. They're expensive throwaways. I mean, maybe these are good. Maybe some of you guys like them. I'm not even. I could see. I could see for certain applications, you know, I could see the benefit, but I'm not going to spend that kind of money for it. Maybe some of you like them. That's cool. 1/4-inch drive, 12-volt cordless ratchet kit. See, that thing looks pretty bulky hanging off the end there. I could go get a Milwaukee there with a smaller battery and it'd probably work just as good. Now, I've heard that DeWalt and Mac cordless tools use the same batteries. And if that's the case, why would you buy these? You could probably get the DeWalt versions much cheaper. This bundle set right here, like I said, these are just rebranded DeWalt. You could go to Home Depot and get a drill and driver set for $150. I mean, yeah, they come with batteries that may not be as good. They're 2 amp hour instead of 4 amp hour like this one. Although if you look, you'll see only one of the batteries is a 4 amp hour and the other one is a 2 amp hour. So I mean, really, what kind of deal are you getting there? Gotta wonder. Now we're getting into the meat of it. The air tools. I like that green there. That is cool. I'd rather have the whole tool green, just like my Ingersoll though. But yeah, that's alright. 1/2-inch impact gun for $350. Does not say how much power they make. Lightweight, 4.4 pounds. That's kind of nice. I like that. Be interested to know exactly how much torque they make. But anyways, that's not a bad deal. Yeah, I would pay that much. I don't know that I would buy this one. I'd want to know more about it, but that doesn't sound too bad. this right here, I do occasionally use these big 1-inch drive impacts. I don't know that I would pay $900 for one. When you can go to Harbor Freight and pick up the Earthquake 1-inch impact wrench, which makes 2,500 pound-feet of torque for $285. That's going to do the job. And honestly, how often are you going to use this unless you're doing brake jobs on big rigs all day long? And honestly, that's all you're going to use this thing for. You're just going to be zapping wheels off and on to trucks. That's all you're going to do with it, really. So how much money do you really need to spend on it? So, you know, if you really have to have a good brand, although honestly, I have the Earthquake. I mean, they're not they're the top of the line that Harbor Freight has right now, and I have one myself. I have the 1/2 inch, and this thing, if the 1-inch is anything like the 1/2 inch, I mean, this thing, even though it's heavy, it's super torquey. This thing is sturdy. It is solid, and it will get the job done. And it was cheap. And I don't mind abusing it, so I can keep my Ingersoll nice. So yeah, for less than $300, I'll go for that. But like I said, if you absolutely have to have a nice brand, you see they compare it to the Ingersoll Rand right here, model 28. What is that? 285B6. You can have that one for like $550, which is still way cheaper than the Mac one. And Ingersoll, I mean, that's like the industry standard right there as far as air tools go. So I don't know that I would spend that kind of money for a 1-inch gun, something that honestly I don't use that much. This one right here, $850. Like I said, same deal. You could get it at Harbor Freight, and it'll probably, I mean, air tools, they last. I've never had any problems with Harbor Freight air tools, so I don't see spending $850 for that. Yeah, I mean, yeah, you can buy them on credit, but eventually you end up paying the same. It costs you the same either way. So that's my take on that. You know, there's nothing wrong with buying tools off the truck, but buy smart, shop around, look for the deals. So those were my thoughts on the Mac Flyer and my review on what they got to offer. You're going to be seeing a lot more of me here at my home shop here. I'm going to be doing some project updates on the Monte Carlo. So we'll have some fun with that one. This has been the Rolling Stone Mechanic, the stone that keeps you rolling.